I'm Richard Baldwin. I've been a bodybuilder for most of my life. I think I started training when I was 15, and then I was a competitor for, I guess, over a decade. But I never saw myself as just a bodybuilder. It's always been like a hobby. I was more interested in the intellectual world, figuring out what's going on in the world and why people do what they do. So I got uh, not only an undergraduate degree, but 2 masters and a PhD. And I got fascinated by it during all that time with the tragic dramatists from Greece, because I learned more about human beings and things reading that stuff than I did the psychology major that I took at Baylor, because until the development of neuroscience, I knew they were going nowhere. I mean, until they figured out that 3-pound chunk of jelly in our heads, all the therapies didn't work, and it was just. But anyway, so that was my journey. I opened a gym for 10 years, but I decided to get the PhD and become a professor, and that was the right thing for me. I think Doug's book, I told him, it was like, when I read it, it was like the amount of work that's put into a PhD dissertation. And I think it's a revolutionary work that could change the sport for the better and keep a lot of people from having injuries. Like, I've had a lot of injuries from doing stupid stuff like 600-pound squat, 630-pound deadlift. And, I did a 225-pound bicep curl, barbell curl, and I wish I'd never done that stuff, And Doug really tells you how to focus on the muscle in the most effective position and resistance curve with the least injury. I think a lot of them have been a waste and a danger. And no wonder so many of us get injured, I've torn a bicep tendon of both tendons on my knees. And I think it's because of this. Well, part of it's youthful pride, arrogance, wanting to show off, or just wanting to prove you're a real man, one of the guys. And the most weight you can, the more you can squat than somebody else. Or like, I remember one time I was in Dallas and I worked out with the former Mr. Texas, who was a lot bigger and taller than me. And I think he wanted to just shame me, to say, yeah, you won this year. He won a couple of years before, and I out-squatted him and stuff. And, I thought that was great. Now I'm going like, what an idiot I was. I wish I'd hung around some guys. There are a few bodybuilders who didn't focus on weight, and they focused on safety, and yet they would win professional contests. I think Al Beckles is one of them. But Doug really narrows down the most effective exercises so that you don't even have to figure it out for yourself. If you follow his prescription, you'll have the most productive and safe work exercises to produce the muscle you're after. So I think it'll have a big effect eventually if people pay attention and quit listening to the fitness publications or these YouTube videos with idiots that don't know what they're talking about. You can tell Doug has spent 40 years thinking about this stuff and researching it, and then I'll tell you, I'm impressed with the way it's organized, the way it's written. It's a fantastic work. Well, it's like, if you want to find the fastest and safest way to build your muscle, this is it. I mean, it comes down to, it's that simple. I mean, who wants to waste time and effort on unproductive exercises just to show off? Now, some people may want to just do that. If I knew then what I know now about the most productive and safe exercises, my whole career would have been much different. And the way I went about achieving what success I have had.